Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to Base Camp tonight. Let me just tell you that this place has really established itself as perhaps the most important base, platform, and meeting point for Berlin's thriving digital community. His most current, the international bestseller, the one that we're going to discuss here tonight in detail, The Internet is Not the Answer. Everyone, please welcome Andrew Keen.
It's actually much harder for computers to replicate simple jobs like making tea or sweeping the floor, but it's easy for computers to replicate network computers, to replicate the work of lawyers or doctors or teachers. And these are real things. And where are the jobs going to be?
I'm very happy now to bring on a third person now to the stage, the Managing Director Consumer at Telefónica Germany. Everyone welcome Peter Rampling.
There's a whole lot of things that have fundamentally transformed the way that we live and work and play in just so many areas.
We need to understand that the digital vortex that we're falling into is very troubling on lots of fronts, and that many economists are worried, especially with artificial intelligence, that there simply aren't going to be jobs.
When you say the internet is bad, you can't agree with that. It's not that the internet is bad, it's just some of the activities and behaviors aren't great.
I'm not a dystopian, I'm a critic.
I'm worried about people's privacy. I'm worried what's happening with that data. I'm worried what people are doing with it.
Google is not a public service. Uber isn't a public service. Airbnb aren't public services. And they have cleverly used the marketing language to present themselves as public services when they're anything but. And the digital revolution is creating conditions which lend themselves towards monopoly. And all we do is sit back and let Silicon Valley take responsibility. If that's the case, then you're going to have Ubers and Airbnbs and Googles, but you're not going to have any justice.
I think monopolies are a bad thing, and they stifle innovation, and we should stop letting monopolies get bigger and stronger because it just gets worse and worse and worse.
How much innovation is really coming out of Europe? And one of the reasons why there isn't much innovation is because of this monopolistic situation. 90% of the search market in Southern Europe is controlled by Google.
Actually, I believe in regulation.
And you need political laws to control monopoly, as you've always had done in history.
We operate under regulation that stimulates competition. But actually, we then compete with people who operate the same kind of stuff, but have none of that regulation. But as a company, we have a thought and a belief that technology should be open to everyone. Break down the monopolies that prevent me to move my data. I want to move my pictures, my music, my contacts, my string of texts. I want to be able to move them from one operating system to another. So force open APIs across operating systems, across devices, and so on.
I see a new world coming into being. A world where people are half-employed, a gig economy, where we drive in, and Marx joked in the German ideology, I don't know if he joked, he said in the German ideology that we'd be farmers in the morning and poets in the afternoon and cooks in the evening. But the reality in this world is we are cab drivers in the morning, we're renting out our homes in the afternoon, and in the evening, we're waiting in line for rich people to buy our iPhones. So that doesn't mean we ban Uber or Airbnb, but what we need to do is stand back and say, is this a world we want?
Thank you.